What's up, guys? It's Cody. I'm here talking with you today about 5 pros and 5 cons of living in the Salt Lake City area. Let's jump into it. My name's Cody Steck. I'm a realtor and a real estate investor here in the Salt Lake City area, and I'm helping people move here to Salt Lake City from all around the country, and we absolutely love helping you. So if you're thinking about making the move here to the Wasatch Front, make sure to get in touch with me, whether you want to call me, text me, or email me. My information's down below. Just make sure to get in touch with me as soon as possible. Second, we're going to be shooting tons of videos here on the channel, just like this one, that are going to inform you on the best areas to live in Salt Lake and what kind of lifestyle you can expect if you're looking to move here. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get notified when I release new videos just like this one. All right, so let's jump into it. We're going to be talking about 5 pros and of course 5 cons to living here in the Salt Lake City area. The first pro on the list, of course, is that there are so many things here to do. You've got everything from hiking to skiing to kayaking and rock climbing and tons more to do. There's so many things here to do along the Wasatch Front that there's never going to be a day where you say you don't have something to do. Now, the one negative to that is that it can get kind of crowded. If you're planning on going hiking or if you're planning on going skiing, it does get pretty busy. We get a lot of people that come in from out of town to do those types of activities, and it gets a little bit crowded. So you have to learn how the locals do it and what the best way is to avoid the crowds. But it's really not too big of a deal because you actually end up meeting some really cool people along the way, and it's great to build these friendships around the lifestyle that you enjoy. Number 2 on our list, of course, is beautiful mountains. You've got the Wasatch Mountains to the east and you've got the Ochre Mountains to the west. You're literally surrounded by mountains, and you cannot ever get old of the scenery that you have here in Salt Lake County. Now, the one downside to that is that because we are in a valley, it kind of acts like a bowl, and so you can get inversion where the air will come into the valley, it'll settle down onto the valley floor, and then a high pressure comes in over it and doesn't allow that air to escape. This, of course, does give you not the best air quality. It's usually more of a concern in the winter when you've got colder air, but as long as you've got those storms rolling in every so often, it clears out the air and you're left with fresh air for a couple of days until the cycle repeats. Number 3 on our list is easy access and travel around the county. You've got I-15 that runs right up the middle of the county, running north and south, and then you've got I-215, I-80, and Bangerter Highway, which kind of act as your major highways throughout the county to help you get around very quickly. You can get from one end of the county to the other in about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on traffic and of course where you're starting from. The negative side to that is that it can be a little bit difficult if you're outside of these areas. If you're on the far west side of the county, it can be difficult to get to the east side because there's not a lot of major roads. So you're usually stuck taking a road that's maybe only 2 lanes each way. I really don't think this will be a long-term problem because as the county continues to grow and expand, the transportation department here is pretty good about actually making those roads wider and making it more accessible to get from one city to the next. Number 4 on our list is that the job market here is incredibly strong. Right now, unemployment in the state is sitting at 2.8%, which is insanely low. Neighboring states are sitting between 3 and 5% on their unemployment. So there's a lot of employers here, whether you're looking to hire somebody yourself or you're looking for jobs, this is the place to be, whether it's in construction or tech or customer service. There's tons of jobs here and unemployment is very low right now. The downside to that is that there are a lot of people moving into the state just like you might be, and it can cause the market to get a little bit more competitive, especially if you're looking at those higher end jobs that do have more competition and are harder to get into. Number 5 on our list is the grid system that we have here in Salt Lake. As you can see on the map here, we have a grid system that defines how the streets are laid out here in the county, and even in other counties, they follow this same principle to some degree. The grid system is based off of the location of the Salt Lake City Temple that's downtown. So let's just say that you're downtown at the Salt Lake City Temple and you're on the north side of it, you're gonna be standing on North Temple. That's gonna be technically considered First North or 100 North. The next block up is going to be 200 north, or you'll hear people say second north, third north, fourth north, and it just goes on from there in each direction. Now, typically when you hear this, you'll see that the last two zeros are just taken off. So instead of 200 north, it's just second north. This can get a little bit confusing as you get further south. You've got major streets like 10600 south, and you'll hear people just refer to this as 106 south. This makes it so convenient to get around town because you don't have to wander through town or always rely on your GPS to get you where you're going. You know that if you're on 4th East and you're trying to get to 7th East, you just have to go 3 blocks to the east and you're gonna be on 7th East. And then if you're on 20th South and you need to be on 40th South, you go roughly 20 blocks to the south and there you are. This makes it super easy to navigate, and it's really easy to remember where things are at and also to give directions to other people. Now, some might say that there's a downside to this because the whole county is very square. Almost all of the streets are very straight, and so there's not a lot of variety here, and you could say that it might get a little bit boring when you're driving through town. So that wraps up our 5 pros and 5 cons to living here in the Salt Lake City area. I'm gonna throw in one more bonus for you guys here. Because we're here in Utah, almost everything is closed on Sundays due to the major religious influence here in the state. Now, depending on how you look at it, this can be a pro or it can be a con, right? It does make it a little bit more difficult if you want to go out to different shops or restaurants, but the positive side to this is that most of the city is shut down, so you get to really enjoy the city without all of the crowds and the people. Again, guys, this wraps up the video of 5 pros and 5 cons. If you have questions about moving to the Salt Lake City area, make sure to get in touch with me. You can call me, text me, or email me anytime. And of course, remember to subscribe to the channel here by clicking the red button and then clicking the bell to get notified when I release new videos just like this one, so you can stay informed on the best areas. And until next time.